Now, in the course of owning my RD400, it's a 1977. In the course of all the years I've owned it, I have modified it and changed it back and gone back to original things, painted things, made several changes to the exhaust system, made a custom seat, and always trying to make the bike just a little bit different for the next riding season, polishing up the engine as much as possible, replacing carburetors, and these are all documented on our channel. But the time and place that I really remember as being really special, I had it as the one-of-one Kenny Roberts replica, and I had it that way for several years. And what was really nice about it back then, a lot of my friends were riding two-strokes. I did 3 of them that all came from the same gallon can of paint, and we made them kind of look like the factory racers, even though they're not from the factory, of course. But every time I'd get out on the open road with these bikes, it was just more fun than you could ever imagine. And we used to ride Haramman Park. You can see how much traffic's in Haramman Park here. Right early in the morning. I was experimenting at that time with different camera mounts all over the bike, on my helmet, on my jacket. It was a great time to be alive. I really have a lot of good memories of the days when my RD400 was, for all intents and purposes, the Kenny Roberts replica. Looks like we have some company coming up the road here. And doing a lot of riding up in a park area, it didn't matter if the exhaust was a little loud, a little obnoxious. Well, but you always try to take advantage of what you have. If you have lemons, you make lemonade. And this was a great time because those pipes were a little loud and obnoxious. But riding in Haramman Park, not many people cared how loud the bike was. In all the years I've owned the bike, I have enjoyed just changing things up, changing the bike, changing the bars, the mirrors, the exhaust. I have a different headlight on it. I have 5 extra wheels. I've changed the wheels over the years, painted the wheels, put the wheel stripe on, among other things. And it's polishing that engine was the biggest thing of all. That was really a big job. Shocks, Luciano gave me a set of shocks. I had 2 sets from previous RDs. Ray gave me an extra exhaust system. There was just endless amounts of fiddling with the bike and changing it up, and that's what always made this time of year special. Now, I remember when I first got the bike and I looked at the engine cases and head. They were in really rough shape. Looking back at the pictures of this bike when I got it, there were a lot of things that were just, I call it a labor of love, but it's a labor of Kenny Roberts here. But I always wanted to have a bike that when I was all done with it, the engine would be easy to keep clean and polished up to the best of my ability, of course, and run reasonably well, be reliable, be fun to ride. And of course, the biggest thing is whenever you go to a meetup or somewhere, everybody always wants to gather around the 2 strokes and check them out, always. And it was always fun trying to convince people in Haramman Park or at Perry's or wherever that this really was there really was a Kenny Roberts replica just like this, very rare, and they were worth a lot of money. Always a lot of fun. And Luciano and I would go to the meetups with the two of them. It convinced people that Yamaha really made these. It was so much fun, it really was. But we had 3 of them all together at one time from the same gallon of paint. Unfortunately, what's happened around this part of the country over the last few years is some of the people that were very enthusiastic about the two-strokes have kind of gotten away from it. I'm not sure why. I have no idea why. People like Luciano have gotten new ones, and there's going to be a new one coming out very soon here. He's working aggressively on his 350 RD, and he's still got the H1, of course. But I still have the Kenny Roberts replica. Now, the nice thing is, over the years, after playing with different parts and changing bars and camera mounts and wheels and, just endlessly, I decided, after a few years of it being the full Kenny Roberts replica, I put the mufflers back on and the bars that were the most comfortable and the thicker seat. And I enjoy riding the bike right now with it's in basically totally stock. No matter how I've ever set this bike up, it has always been one thing. At the end of the day, when I look back at the ride, I look back at hanging out with your friends with other two-strokes, the bike is the really one-word definition of fun. Now, it was 13 years ago that Karen got me the bike, maybe 14 in fact. She got me this bike for Valentine's Day, and I spent a whole year restoring it, and believe me, I never regret 1 minute at a time. What a great investment it was. I love to hear from subscribers, and basically a lot of them are from overseas, and how much they still share the passion for two-stroking, how much they enjoy my effort at trying to keep this little part of motorcycling alive and well. I hope I'm doing it okay. And the thing that's only, I guess, kind of sad about everything is whenever we go somewhere and there's some people, usually younger riders, go to a meetup somewhere and they say, what's that? And they've never seen a two-stroke, or they've never ridden one. That's even sadder. And I've gone down, this is the railroad yard in Replica Park, and actually talked to some of the train guys when I was shooting pictures. The guys that work down there on the, it's like a, I don't know what you would even call it. They have a snowplow down there. I'm looking around and they're looking around. I'm looking to learn things about their trains. They're looking to learn things about the two-strokes, and just a wonderful interaction. It's amazing how many people you just meet randomly at gas stations or down at the train yard, and they recognize that this is an RD, and they say, oh, I had one when I was younger. Oh, and I always get the comments on the video. Oh my God, I had 3 of them, I had 2 of them, and this, that, or the other thing. But boy, I want to thank Karen. This is the best Valentine present anybody could ever have gotten. I have treasured it, and one thing's for sure, I will treasure it always. Now, if you're new to our channel, we have a very, very eclectic channel. One of the new features we have now is some of the videos are grouped into groups that you can access all the videos for one category in one mouse click, and it should be very convenient and very handy. Just check out the feature on the main screen playlist. And thanks to everybody for supporting the channel. We appreciate your support, and it makes this channel possible with all the things we do, the painting, the wheels, the polishing. And please take a second or two and hit the like button. And thanks everyone for watching.